It's 66 degrees. That's Radio 100 News to 9 o'clock.
Good morning, everyone. This is Frankie John here, wishing everybody a nice week. I'd like to say good morning to our engineer, Bill, and to Bardo, who is still behind us, and a special good morning to Boomer. Boomer, are you still with us? We have some music that you might enjoy this morning. Get a hold of your mom and start dancing. We have the Fritzy Polka. How was that one, Boomer? Did you enjoy that one, and were you dancing? That's an oldie called the Fritzy Polka with Earl Schmitz from the Midwest. How many remember Earl Schmitz? Well, we have some of his recordings again. To Donna G. from Escondido. I read an article where you have made a miraculous comeback after that near tragedy, and your mom asked us to dedicate a recording to you. Congratulations on being second, and I just can't put it in words. You were almost not here, and now you are, and you wind up second. That was beautiful. We have a dedication from your mom to Donna G. with Johnny Pecan. It's called The Big Bang.
1, 2, 3, go!
Being the biggest isn't always the best. In the automobile business, for example, it's an old axiom that as production increases, quality control decreases. Germany's famed Bavarian Motor Works, makers of BMW automobiles, is the smallest major manufacturer of cars in Europe. Now, this means a great deal to the car-buying public because BMW pays more attention to detail on every car. Therefore, BMW, which is sold exclusively in the North County by Continental Motors in Oceanside, probably comes closer to being a handmade automobile than any major mass-produced car. The results of this BMW attention to detail is a product unique in the industry. No other car has equaled BMW's combination of durability, economy, and performance. As Motor Trend magazine reported after driving BMW, no other automobile like this will ever be quite as good again. Visit Continental Motors, 601 South Hill in Oceanside, and test drive a BMW, just for the joy of driving it.
Here's the king of polkas, Frankie Yankovic, with the Roseanne Polka. How about that? He never sounded any better. That was Frankie Yankovic with the Roseanne Polka. Hey, we have a birthday for Dean Kraft. Of course, none of these people tell me how old they are, but anyway, for Dean Kraft, we have Ted Powers in the tuba polka. For you, Dean.
you are looking to purchase, we have available to anyone without discrimination government-acquired homes. There are no loan fees, no points, and the homes are situated throughout San Diego County. The loans are 30 years, and generally the down payments are low. Fazio Realty, Realtors, members of the National Association of Realtors, California Association of Realtors, and members of Multiple Listing Service will be glad to show you what is available. Come in and meet with a competent, courteous staff at Fazio Realty, Realtors, 2046 East Valley Parkway in the Alpha Beta Shopping Center at Midway and Valley Parkway in Escondido. Remember, if you're looking to purchase, see Fazio Realty, Realtors, Escondido.
Now, right now is the best time to get your car ready for your family's summer vacation. If you're having transmission problems with your car, your first choice for expert repair service is Copeland Transmission Exchange in Escondido. At Copeland, all work is guaranteed. They've been in business in Escondido for over 20 years, so you can depend on Copeland Transmission Exchange. Use your Bank AmeriCard or MasterCharge at Copeland Transmission Exchange, located at 944 West Mission in Escondido.
To Maria, who says that she'd like to hear something in the Italian vein. Well, it's very difficult to find something in the Italian vein on the polka version, but what we did, we went through again our record collection, and we've come up with one that I think Maria will enjoy. Maria, this is for you. It's the Carnival in Venice. Marie, I hope that will suffice for now until we find something in the polka vein. We have Mr. Welk for Harriet Hawk of Escondido. Are you ready, Mr. Welk? A 1, a two, go. Harriet, were you paying attention? That was specifically for you. To Donna J. on Mission Avenue, I hope you've made that phone call this morning, and as promised, we have one for you. It's The Spinning Wheel with Ray Henry. Kiwanis Club of Escondido is having their 5th annual community spaghetti dinner on June the 7th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Del Diaz Junior High School in Escondido. All net proceeds from the dinner will go directly back into the community in various service projects such as eyeglasses for the needy, high school scholarships, and Palomar College awards. Those are just to mention a few. The ticket donations are $1.50 per person or $5 per family. You may send your check made out to the Escondido Kiwanis Club, care of the Frankie John's Polka Party, KMLO, Box 1000, Vista, 92083. Just write the word dinner on the outside of the envelope, and I'll see that you get your tickets.
Mr. Businessman, do you have menus, photographs, papers, or sales materials that need preserving? Don't show menus or samples that are worn-looking. Keep your materials attractive and clean by laminating them. You save on reprinting costs, and your items can be wiped clean. Be one-up on your competitors. Look better, last longer, and be more professional. Laminate. Call the Laminators at the Lamination Company, Escondido, 747-4367. That's 747-4367.
Let's have a little more of the Lawrence Welk type of music. We'll do a double this morning. Here's Lawrence again. Mr. Welk, are you ready again? Good boy. Thank you, Mr. Welk. I'd like to express my thanks, and I'm sure the thanks of our listeners in the weeks to come, to a gentleman from Mira Mesa. He was very kind, and he called us and suggested that he had some albums for us, that he would be willing to part with them, providing we would share them with our listeners. Well, I made that agreement. We now have the albums, and in the weeks to come, we will be sharing them with you. For that nice gentleman in Mira Mesa who wishes to remain anonymous, this is for you. It's called Yes Sir, No Sir.
I know a little girl, a pretty little girl, gee, she was a honey. Every time I took her out, she spent all my money. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, sure that's all right. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, hey, that's all right. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, sure, that's all right. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, hey, that's all right. I know a little girl, a pretty little girl, she was a farmer's daughter, but she put on too much weight where she hadn't oughta. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, sure that's all right. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, hey, that's all right. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, sure, that's Met another girl, a sweet little girl, and her name was Mabel. When I asked her for a date, she said I was no Gable. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, sure, that's alright. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, hey, that's alright. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, sure, that's alright. Yes and no sir, yes and no sir, hey, that's alright. Looky here, now listen, folks, this song is kind of witty. When I'm through.
How's that, Mrs. Rodain? Did I get you up and dancing? If I did, you must be just a little bit tired, so relax for a few minutes and listen to the Six Fat Dutchman with the worst, best polka.
Right now is the best time to get your car ready for your family's summer vacation. If you're having transmission problems with your car, your first choice for expert repair service is Copeland Transmission Exchange in Escondido. At Copeland, all work is guaranteed. They've been in business in Escondido for over 20 years, so you can depend on Copeland Transmission Exchange. Use your Bank AmeriCard or MasterCharge at Copeland Transmission Exchange, located at 944 West Mission in Escondido.
The Golden World of Ceramics, 133 Jefferson Vista, wants all would-be ceramic craftspersons to know that all tools, paints, along with professional instructors, are awaiting your visit. Ceramic work not only soothes your mind, it also gives you a great feeling of accomplishment. Professional guidance for step-by-step assistance, friendly atmosphere, and best of all, affordable prices. It's the Golden World of Ceramics, 133 Jefferson Vista, your creativity center. Open Monday through Thursday and Saturday, closed Friday and Sunday.
I'd like to remind our listeners that the Kiwanis Club of Escondido is having their 5th annual Community Spaghetti Dinner. Wow, almost didn't get that one out. That's at 5 to 8 p.m. on June the 7th at the Del Diaz Junior High School. And we remember all the net proceeds from the dinner will go directly back into the community. Again, for eyeglasses for the needy, the high school scholarships, and the Palomar College Awards. Ticket donations are $1.50 per person or $5 per family. Now listen, that $5 per family, if you have 3 or 4 children, you couldn't take them out at that famous hamburger stand and feed them for that. So bring them over to the Community Spaghetti Dinner that they're having. You may send your check made out to Escondido Kiwanis Club, care of Frankie John's Polka Party, KMLO, Box 1000, Vista 92083. If you send it here, please write the word dinner on the outside of the envelopes, and I'll see that you get your tickets. Let's see what we have now. We have a Slovenia polka for Sarah Marie. This is for you, Sarah Marie. Are you paying attention? Here we go. The next selection we have, I didn't know it, but we looked it up, and it's a Polish marching song. About 200 years ago, they've adapted this song in a modern version, and we all know it as Whoopie Shoopie. about that? How many of you knew that that was a Polish marching song? I didn't know it until I read it. Since we've been going to carnivals today, let's keep on going to a carnival. We have the 54 musicians. Remember that album that I picked up out of Los Angeles? Well, they're back with us again. 54 of them. What? The Carnival Polka. That just about brings the show to a close. I do want to thank you for bearing with me. I've been very nervous this morning looking at this board, and these knobs just look back at me. And I hope I didn't make too many errors. This is Frankie John thanking you very much for tuning us in. Hope to see you next time. Until then, have a good week.
KMLO, Vista.